about the long terms and the short terms of the climate change, actually we are witnessing now firsthand what is the climate change doing, and with that we are really seeing the wildfires that's happening across the globe, and we also have floods that we are also witnessing. So it's something that it's being more of something that's tangible that we can really witness. And with this short-term effects, of course, consequently, it will lead to the long-term effects of like climate change, given the coastal communities will be affected, the weather change will also be affected, and eventually this will lead to the agricultural loss and production, also to the water insecurity, or let's say drought. So these long-term and short-term effects of the climate change, I believe they affect all of us. But if we need to talk about certain communities that are being affected, that unfortunately they are maybe the least people or the least communities that are contributing to the climate change, but they are the most affected. They are the low-income communities. I would say this because of the lack of resources for them to combat climate change. So I believe this is where it hangs, and that the climate change is affecting all of us. But we need to also put particular attention to the low-income communities and the vulnerable communities. If we need to look at how things are being promoted and then how are things being implemented, we could be looking at it from different perspectives. Is that we need, of course, the international cooperation to help with this promotion, and then we need the for it to be implemented, we need technical support, and of course, eventually the public participation. When we talk about the international cooperation, they will be bringing in facilitating dialogues that would shape other countries to understand or to know about the complex challenges that is being faced, and then look for the best practices and maybe learn from each other how best practices could be applied. After understanding this problem, or really situating the problem, there would be the need for the technical support, and this would come whereby funding agencies could be contributing, whereby the low income could be benefiting from building the needed infrastructure for securing the access for water, whether it was for the drinking water or the domestic water or agricultural water. But all of this could not be exactly implemented through the laws if we not really have also the advocacy for it and the public participation. And this comes with the awareness of how this is very important, and then encouraging the local communities to be actively participating in the decision-making process, empowering them to advocate for their rights. So I think it's all comes with the process of facilitating this dialogue, of exchanging knowledge, and then putting it into practice. They have a very big role, because if we need to talk about these public organizations, or let's say it could be also other NGOs or the business sector, they have the potential to facilitate this, activating the synergies and facilitating these events. If we would say, let's say if it was for the COP, for instance, or other also events, the World Water Week and other events, there is a place to foster this interdisciplinary collaboration among different sectors, and this would give actually the understanding of the complex challenges that we already talked about, and hand in a possible solutions provided by science-based evidence solutions. And with this, it will be practically implementing these solutions from a policy perspective. So here, the role would be to activate this interdisciplinary dialogue. And I should also mention here, when we activate this interdisciplinary dialogue, it's also important to look at the intergenerational dialogue, whereby we can include the youth, the young perspective, because they hold a lot of innovation. They hold, I believe, they also hold the drive for change. I'm always for advocating for the youth inclusion, because they are the drivers for change. Eventually, they are the leaders of tomorrow, if we can say. So they really hold a very big role in this. And then when it comes to the media, the media would give the source of publicizing this dialogues and putting them into words whereby it could be heard by the local communities. So more of changing the science language to the public audience, and having it very like simplifying the language as much as possible for it to reach as much as wide audience as possible, because at the end, as we said earlier, that it's affecting all of us. It's the climate change is affecting us all, and the right to access this healthy water, if let's say the healthy environment, it's the right of every citizen. And when they are aware of its effects through the public media, I hope that this would actually allow the decision makers to prioritize this action and put it in the top list of changes that we need to be looking at.